So I have not long finished watching The Crow at the cinema, and don't worry, this is a spoiler-free review. I also cannot stress this enough, this is not a remake of the original film from the 90s, okay? This is a reimagining, a reboot. It is nothing like the original. And before I went into this movie, I had so many DMs, so many messages of people saying they weren't going to see this movie because it was disrespectful to the original film, disrespectful to Brandon Lee, and I understand where you're coming from because I know, trust me, I know I have Brandon Lee's version tattooed on me. Big Die Hard fan. But I will say that comparison is a thief of joy, and if you go into this movie with the original predominant in your mind and you start comparing every little thing to it, I mean, it won't be enjoyable for you, will it? So I would definitely say, I can't believe I'm saying this actually right now, but if you do go in to watch it, you need to forget that the original exists and watch it as the standalone movie that it is, because there are some really stunning visuals in it, especially at the beginning. And the soundtrack is pretty solid, Gary Numan and Joy Division, and there's just some stunning lighting in there. It's very atmospheric, it's very gritty, it's got its whole vibe. And I know some people were really upset when the trailers came out and the pictures came out and they said this isn't what The Crow's meant to look like. In the entire context of the film, yes, it is. It completely fits the entire aesthetic of the movie. Am I a little bit gutted that we missed out on long-haired Bill Skarsgård? Yes, just a little bit. But he gives such a solid performance. Him and Danny Huston, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I do apologise if it's not, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But Eagle Eye viewers will recognise him as the Axeman from American Horror Story Coven. I think if you go into it and can't help but compare it to the original, you're not going to have a good time with it. So I'd probably avoid watching it because it's not going to hold the same magical aspect as it was, you know, from cult classics from when we were younger. But if you go into it as the standalone film that it is, and you do have an open mind, I think you genuinely enjoy it. You really would. Just power through the cringy moments because there are quite a few creative kills in it, and it's pretty solid. It's a little bit more gory than the 90s version, I should say.